Sorry about the echo there. I'm using my backup headset right now because my headset died. Anyways, welcome back. We're gonna do more Endwalker. Again, sorry for the echo. It's been a mess. Anyways, let's get started. Oh, I gotta turn this on. Old Charlian, new to you. Get to Endwalker! More Endwalker! So excited. I wonder how far we can get tonight. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Dhim'a and Stinian's first time in Charlian, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldessian Annex. How does that sound? It is a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Levier estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The Annex was west of the Aetherite Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. I, too, have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. A little wave. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... Oh. Stubborn. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Oh, of course, if you will have me. Come, Dhim'a. Charlian awaits. The music. The music! Ah! After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead. Grahatia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. In the event you use the Aethernet, Grahatia will catch up to you so long as you remain in the same area. You can leave Grahatia behind, however, by entering a different area. You may also speak to him and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have Grahatia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While Grahatia is accompanying you, next try speaking with Cryle. All set? Then let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the Last Stand. It is a cafe to the west side of the harbor. Cryle is also now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the Last Stand and speak with Cryle at the designated location. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Excellent. Oh, my friends! Ooh! Discuss the storage facility. With all the unusual wares coming and going at all hours, I expected the assistance of an intrepid adventurer would be only highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any tasks which pique your interest. You have been cleared by the immigration officials after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Charlian the same way it is in Eorzea. Aw, that's sweet. This place is called the Peristyle, and it is our first stop for cargo unloaded at the docks. You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation, but also supplies that further Sharlayan's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep the attendants busy. That makes sense. I'm grateful to have Kryle's help in reacquainting myself with this place. It's almost as if I'm seeing it all with new eyes, as you are. Cute! Come on, let's head to the cafe. It may not seem so at a glance, but the last stand is actually a very important part of the city. Okay. Alright, so we gotta be picking up these, aetherite shards as we go. Okay, so I have this one. I did pick up the main crystal. Oh, that's beautiful. The music here. Love that guitar. It's so pretty. Discuss the giant statue in the harbor. Oh, that giant statue. Yes, of course. Now that is a sight one could hardly forget, the great statue of Thaliak. As a student of Baldessian, I was usually quartered in the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Sharlayan people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our... Sorry about that. But our faith is not... The cat's clawing things, sorry. Our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Sharlayans can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. Cool. I can't believe I'm here. Oh, that's cool. And here we are at the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Sharlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland, as encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf. The prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so, the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Sharlayan, the one and only bastion of culinary arts, and an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Sharlayan when it came to cheap and convenient, Raha. Oh! But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when the time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Aetherite Plaza. Graha over here is such a goof. There we go. It is beautiful. I love that we're here at night. The music's so hopeful and sweet. Jim looks like an absolute menace. With his dust bunny. an unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, it's a perfectly functioning aetheryte. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Sharlayan stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of Allegan aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Sharlayan's largest marketplace. Let's talk over here. Talk here first. Speaking of aetherites, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I tended to rely on the far cheaper ferry services. I was pleasantly surprised when Miss Tataru informed me that the Scions are reimbursed for transportation costs as part of our duties. But I find old habits hard to break. That, and I'd rather not be bothered filling out the necessary paperwork. That's the entrance to the Confluence. I have no doubt their expertise will prove useful at some point, so I suggest you remember the way here. Alright, that's the Confluence. Good to know. It looks like my retainers are done with their ventures. Better send it back out. Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Only a moment? How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but we won't wait around for you. Perhaps I'll return later then. Oh, these little open-air bookstalls are so uniquely Sharlayan. I'd always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. It is really cute. I love that. Look at that, the bookshelves inside. That's so cool. Alright. So, I've just been saving money on my retainers so that I basically have a wallet of stuff. Where's my next quest marker? Oh. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Sharlayan as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, our next stop on your tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetherite Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs up to that imposing building at the very top. Okay. This is sweet. Ooh. I love how they do scale. Oh, that's gorgeous. These little decorative features are typical of Sharlayan architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. This is the Nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Sharlayans, water represents more than life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge which flows from Thaliak's divine ewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city. and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. Cool. I love this, the addition of lore. It's very nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Dust bunny. Hang on, I want to see it. Hi, Dust Bunny. Look at that. Where's the move? There it is. Oh, the city is so beautiful. So peaceful. Yes, Dust Bunny, how are you? Hehe. Oh, I love it. It's gorgeous here. Alright, let's continue. Stop being distracted me. This grand structure before you is the rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver why can't I speak? Orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired from my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Sharlayan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. You can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councillors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. So that's the sorry, Graha. That's the rostra. Okay. We're gonna grab this real quick. Should have grabbed that other one. There's definitely going to be some of these that I have to grab over time. Nope, no other chat locations. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Nunkref built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Sharlayan families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Levieux. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now shall we head directly to the Baldessian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, and then follow the path below the Aetherite Plaza. Correct. After you, Dhim'a. Ah, yes. I'm going to go the wrong way first. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and we're gonna keep walking because I want to get to these talking zones. This is so cool. Look at them standing back there staring at me menacingly. Okay. Right, we cross this bridge here as I recall. Stick to the path and be careful not to end up back in the Aetheryte Plaza. Sharlayan is full of educational and research institutions, but there are still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Okay, don't end up in the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay, don't end up in the Aetheryte Plaza. I did it. I didn't end up in the Aetheryte Plaza. Eat! I desire to get the shard. It's my shard. Here we go. The joyous look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you that this is the Baldessian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive at the doorstep of the phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you, then. Oh! I guess I'm going inside. I have no choice. I'm back, and I brought Dhim'a and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. Wait, I know this. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Dhim'a. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Okija? Okija Tsunjika? It's been an age. Allow me to introduce Okija Tsunjika, Administration Officer for the Students of Baldessian. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ejika. Oh yes, Eureka. I knew I recognized! I've read the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear that's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had an occasion to visit Sharlayan. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. The annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. Yet it feels so empty. So many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the Telophoroi fall. What was that fail? Through that door to the left is the main hall where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is. You probably have some time to rest before our discussion begins in earnest. I've had a private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. 'Twas simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known among the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. We did it! Look how much progress we made. 20, 25, Graha, you're so tiny. Do you have papers pasted on the walls of your room? It was not unusual for occupants to pin up notes or documents and such, and then forget to take them when they went on their merry way. Sometimes it was quite deliberate, though. You might see complaints addressed to other members or a thank you card for engrossing literature someone had left behind. Beloved traditions that I should know better than to dwell upon. We are to create a future for the students of Baldessian and so many others. We must look to the days ahead. Oh, Graha, you can still enjoy your past traditions. It's okay. You can do both. A mender, right here. Never mind. Oh, wait. Welcome back, Dhim'a. Ready for a nap? Clean sheets and warm blankets await. Rest as long as you like. I want to take a look at it, because now I am curious. Oh, look at that. It does have notes pasted to the walls. This must be the sink. We have books. Ooh, that's cool. The Unending Journey, comfy feather bed. Crystal bell. Yes, I do like this. Alright, let's continue. Well, this is going to be interesting. Feeling refreshed and alert. Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. He's gonna look so goofy. Oh, he actually doesn't look that bad.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Scion, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Scion focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, it simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Scion colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. It is possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Scion is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts. You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Scion. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alice and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
The Bro Squad!
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Yes. Very fruitful. Many fruit. All the experience. Okay, so now we have 2 paths to take. So why not take them both? An unsettling change has come over Sharlayan, but together we will divine the underlying cause of the Forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge, which is why I began scouring Sharlayan's archive of historical records for any hint of a connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There is only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day, but now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. I'm gonna pick this one up too. Oh! I have Kryle's instructions in hand if you are ready to set out, then so are we. Having been to Thavnair before, I can travel by Aetheryte, but what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kryle was of the same mind and has already secured the aid of the good folk at the confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The confluence, thou sayest. I am afraid so, my friend. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of our comrade Moonbreda. Moonbreda was an authority on aetherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it hath, the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection has revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus I have kept my silence. Whether you come to us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Kite? Anyways, I want to unlock more zones, so we're going to focus this one first. But I'm picking them both up, so I have them. Okay, let's see. Thavnair bound. Maybe not the most practical way to do it. Or the most streamlined. No, this is streamlined and practical. I am very streamlined and practical. What are you saying? I know exactly what I'm doing. Ooh, cool hair. Well now, this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We are associates of Kryle of the students of Baldessian. We seek passage to Thavnair, and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects. Welcome, welcome. Pardon? Test subjects? Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So in order to travel to an Aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out when you're in... Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out when you're a mess of ether hurtling along the live stream. Oh, an inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of Aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an Aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantaneously to places you've never been. For long years we have labored to make such travel possible that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of Aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these Aetherytes, but the Aetherytes themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between 2 points. But it just so happens that our first test pair of Aetherytes, one has been installed here in Sharlayan, and the other over in Yadilma, port town in Thavnair. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Radzadhan, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these Aetherytes. How fortuitous. For you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel Aether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these Aetherytes were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true, and far be it from me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the live stream. In the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mistress Kryl truly knows how to pick 'em. I like my soul intact. I might change the subject. Are Master Wilfson and Mistress Blowida not present today? Oh, you didn't hear. They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. That guy's been staring at that crystal for a very long time. Please don't look at me like that. I'm scared of you. That's not the door. Wait, where's the exit? How do I get out? No! There's a Thancred. There's another Thancred here. He looks exactly like Thancred. It's impressive. Alright, anyways, back on track. They're looking at me so suspiciously. Ooh, that's pretty. I love the fog. Oh no. Don't trust it.
Right, we're all set.
Tracer?
Just the four of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please. Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether. Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
What?
What?
Oh no! That's not ideal! Oh no. Oh, this is...
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oh, Dhim!
What chance? Against such an insidious foe.
Oh no. Oh, this bro trip is not starting out well. Guys, we're already hungover. This is an insidious foe, you're right, Emmett. Oh, oh! Oh.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Oh.
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions. Don't let a Stinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Oh no! To save the day, I am the champion of Eorzea, the hero of the coin purse. You managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinian in time? There he is. Estinian. Oh no. Oh, Dhim. Come on, get up. You can do it, buddy. Aether sickness, no! Estinian! He's right there! No! You there, I need 3 drinks, something that helps with aether sickness. But by the Mansuya, a traveler. Greetings. Greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special Amara lassi, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of warm welcome to Thavnir, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains, no. The price is high road robbery. You want to say as much to Estinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian and using gestures deny that the deal is fair. Estinian, please. Please. Deny. It's not good. It's not good. Huh? I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie. The merchant is swindling me. Ah! Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for 3 bottles of lassie. That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. We did it. We did it. Alright, let's get back to them. Got some drink for both of you guys. For Yanje here. Oh, poor little sicker Yanje. Made with only the finest and freshest ingredients. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to the Inestinian and to the fine fruits of this land. Oh, he looks a little better now. You were in time? Excellent. You spared us Tacharu's wrath. Dust Bunny, he doesn't need your rock right now. No, he doesn't. Sweet, sweet release. You haven't already, you should have yours too. Oh, I forgot to swap glasses. Crap. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair! Ponytail! Aye, I found it. 'Tis the most I could do against the heat short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? Local vendor. Man said it's a Thavnerian weave, tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil a steel, I was told. 'Tis nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. It's not uncommon for merchants to set their prices high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? Are all Hanish merchants so unscrupulous? Expected the Ajur Dragoon to put up more of a fight. On that subject, I shall refrain from making comment, yet I cannot help but observe that the merchants seem overzealous in their pursuit of profit. Claiming Thavnir as its dominion, the nation of Radz-at-Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Araxodara, the Matagna tribe indigenous to the island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Radz-at-Han. Yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing is rampant thus suggests that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, it would be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, aye. We've not to lose by learning more. So ere we seek out Kryle's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yedlimond? I'm not going to be able to pronounce these names well. Excellent. We didn't get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Oh, I lost the XP! Oh, I gotta pay better attention. 500k. Right, let us split up and make inquiries in town. Dhim'a, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetherite, off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Oh, and Estinian's bad with coin. Good to know. Come along, Dust Bunny. Now let's attune to this. I almost forgot to do that. I'm glad I didn't. Ooh, gemstone trader. Let's see, what have you got? Welcome, traveler. That's right, we're open for business again. Can't sit wallowing when there's sales to be made, am I right? So got any bi-colored gemstones you're willing to part with? Oh. Nice. Oh, that's a leaf. Crate of fruit. The crate is laden with fruits. They are on the verge of spoiling as if they have been left too long. that's funny. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Dhim has visited a lot of ports. He's a sailor, after all. He would know. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kalzal. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. Have you a moment? Perhaps you could pay Kalzal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Salt Wind Sails, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. Yedli Mod. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I've done this expansion before, but I still can't pronounce the names. And I'm forgetful, so we'll see how much of this I forgot. Just like Shadowbringers. Well now, if it isn't a traveler. You're a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us wide berths since that accursed tower suddenly appeared in Naranar. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would have been fine after a fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us, only the gods know. So I have fallen on hard times then. So wait, are people not visiting because of the tower? The Talmaskins aren't coming. We already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? Don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself and the provinces are in chaos. Oh, that's why. Then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. But this will be an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Dalmaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kalzal. I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. I see. That's a shame. Sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me? My name is Matsuya. I'm here to see Kalzal. Oh. It seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Oh, so sad. No, come back, I'll help you. Oh, and I'm going to swap my class this time. I'm going to remember to swap the class. Get that experience. Hey. Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kalzal too, did you? I'm Matsuya, fisherman of Akali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kalzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. If I may ask, what is it that you do? See, I saved the world. An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people. Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. No, Dhim is not. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You don't want to be like him. He's a gremlin. You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is I'm terrible with people. I've only dealt with Kalzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead? Show me how it's done? If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. Okay, the events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Here we go. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers? I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedlimod. I will observe you and learn. Matsuya is now accompanying you. Okay. This is, I don't think, gonna go well. Dhim, at least, tends to be decent enough at talking with people to get what he wants. We'll see if he's decent enough talking with people to get what Matsuya wants. Yes. Fish, fish, I got fish here. Fresh fish, straight from the sea's bottom to your mouth. Greetings, friend. How fare you of late? You gotta butter him up first. Greetings to you, too. I suppose I'm well enough, given the circumstances. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. I had to come back, continue with my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. It's too risky out there. Maybe you ought to move into the city too. There's no place like home. But don't do anything dangerous, huh? I don't know which one's the right one. Don't do anything dangerous, huh? Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when the monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. If they deal with it soon, so we can get back to our normal lives, to the days when you could earn as much as you gave and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Yeah. Why not have some fresh fish? Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. When you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well. Give me some of your fish. I sold one! Dhim did it! Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeeded in making a sale! Oh, I'm a fish salesman. Fish, 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 fish. We did good. Kitty selling a fish. Doing a good job. Okay, let's see if we can keep this going. Let's sell some more. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Amra shmamra. My fresh fish is the only thing you need. What do you need so many amra for? Why, for eating, of course. May seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming in these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. Not a day goes by that someone doesn't come in asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. Sure you're actually hungry? Sure you're actually hungry? I know how you feel. Thank you. Pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed earlier. Took my... No! Never mind, if nothing else, you left her with a positive impression. Let's move to the north. How did I fail? How did I fail? Oh, I should have questioned her to keep her more engaged. But if I asked her if she was actually hungry, but then, oh no, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm sorry, Matsuya. I'm sorry. Okay. This is worse than when I lost my sprout. Alright. There you are. I can do this. I can do this. What's this? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh god, it's my stomach. Oh no. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. And the freshest of all, you should take it easier, eat more slowly, savor your food. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better, so I'm working as hard as I can while I still can to be prepared. How do you intend to prepare? By stockpiling supplies. For that I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, what have you. How about some fresh fish for your surprise? Some fish for your supplies. You're fresh caught. Aye, well, fish wouldn't be bad, but I don't want to go through the hassle of preserving it. I should have asked Matsuya. I failed. I'm sorry. Too bad we didn't make a sale, but we did manage to build something in a relationship. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly an eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did so bad. I'm sorry. Oh god, Matsuya, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Terrible cat. Terrible sea cat. This is why you shouldn't have Dhim sell your stuff. Oh, and now it's raining. Raining. Rain away our sorrows. Oh. There's a bun. Yummy. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to one of the 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Although you did fail too. But there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. By applying yours, I'll endeavor to become a better peddler. Oh, that's sweet. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kalzal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice. Who should it be but Matsuya? Kalzal, have you finished business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore. I'm sorry, Matsuya. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. Oh, I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. Poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. Sisters as my witness. Kalsal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. Oh, that's so sad. I feel like I failed him. I failed him. I'm sorry, Matsuya. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No! I wanted to do good. So you've been busy, managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And, as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telophoroi. That Matsuya fellow you were helping, he's... I can read this. He's Arkasodara, is he not? Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning is his perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that the Arkasodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Ekali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Excellent. Ah, Chocobo. Should grab that real quick. Saltwind's welcome. You do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. So pretty. You do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone! Help! Somebody help! Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. Oh, why is the music so soft and gentle? He's in danger! I am under attack. No, it is they who are under attack. Hey Matsuya, you okay? That is okay. Hey, buddy. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me. I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do, about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard that the Araxadara were being targeted. Surely you have as well? Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know, the ocean all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they are not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's face so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? Come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course, we would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So, 'tis the simulacra of the Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. Pray that we will be able to save them. Hey, thank you for the follow! Welcome to the stream, Pinky. Hope you enjoy. Good to see. Though indeed saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. As you said, we'd do well to study their religious traditions. To Akali. Custom designs. Hey, thank you for the offer. I'm not really sure. I tend to do this more on the side for now, and I'm a little broke at the moment. But I appreciate the offer. I'll definitely keep it in mind for the future when I have some income and I'm able to look into stuff like that. Because that would be nice to eventually get. Kind of making do with what I made by myself right now. Will do. Thanks for the information. Aha! Found it. Welcome to Akali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much... Sorry, I had a moment there where I was like, wait, is this actually just named after a beach? And there isn't much here save that, but please make yourself at home. But anyways, I remembered the name of the beach is actually pronounced differently. Not that I'm pronouncing this correctly. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and old Hasvedja. They're free at the moment, as it happens. Excellent. I'll talk to this person first. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusuya, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are the divinities. Their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. Oh, I like that. Oh, there's Stinian. Just chilling. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Mansuya and Murga deities, who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Mansuya, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manasuya coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manasuya have worn animal faces and the Murga the limbs of men. Interesting. That's pretty cool. I like that. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Oh, guess we're going into this cutscene. In this gear. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. They are the Mansuya. You've heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Senduruvra, a goddess of wisdom. For this alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sanduruva. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And the one on the left is Minduruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Mansuya, the deities of Eorzea preside over a myriad of aspects of life. What are the Murga, if I may ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja head. He is venerated as the progenitor of the Araxodara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? It's said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Radzahan, forged a covenant with the dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that, if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally? You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve well in our efforts to deal with the tower. It is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance, an alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. I'm gonna level up. Give me level. Give me level. Level, level, level. 82! Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. Did I say she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Oh my gosh, that's precious. Wait, not Mount Roulette. Fenrir. For speed. Okay. We're gonna continue running to just get the passive experience. Oh, for a minute I was like, oh, I could swap to Dark Knight and get my passive experience on Dark Knight. And then I was like, no, that's up like 37. I will die. I will die instantly. That'd be terrible. Can't fly. Gonna wait until I get the experience gain for discovering a new zone, and then I'll swap back. Here we go. Oh, well, this does not look good.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
Look at the kid. This is so cute. With a little kid.
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Tim.
Scales? We have new scales?
Oh.
Oh, yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? Of course! You're the one Kryle sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh no.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderuva!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
Oh no!
I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
No.
Now, see here.
Oh no,
Come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
No, it's Tinian.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Vain respects.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement.
Oh,
no harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
You're just abandoning Estinian to his fate. Someone save him! They're gonna experiment on the boy! Oh no! Oh, poor guy. Alright, let's get the Chocobo Keep real quick. And, I am sorry, Estinian. I don't know where you are. I can't save you. Hopefully they don't take too much of your blood. Okay. Got the Aetherite. Now let's get out of the rain. Yep, no Estinian. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Dhim'a is an eminently capable substitute. We will spare no effort to aid you. So if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the method tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test. And here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly is it you need me to do? Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Perhaps so. And knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. Oh no, Estinian. But for your task, we ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. Sorry, my sister's cat is screaming. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. Excellent. I wonder how far we can get in this. It is late at night, so I'm not sure how far we can progress. But we'll see. I'm gonna get us as far as I can. I am out of water. I may need to get some more in a minute here. Drunken Dhim'a. I hope you didn't have any trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. Give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless nights. The Drunken Dhim'a. A Dhim'a is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, we will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Follow the Drunken Dhim'a's lead and try not to fall behind. Oh. I think this is going to take me into another zone, so I want to be prepared for the experience. Ready in ether, please stand back. What do I do? Oh, okay. I had to walk away. Whoa. You're struck by a powerful blast of aether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. I guess we're not going outside of the zone. Ready in ether, please stand back. Ready to discharge. Subjects come near. That's cool. Struck by another powerful blast of aether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Bowel integrity? Sorry, what? So cool. We are struck by yet another powerful blast of aether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. Running around, chasing this thing. Ooh, I almost fell. You were struck by the strongest blast of aether yet, but survived completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. Promising sign. But come, let me take the Dhim'a off your hands. Thank you. I shall replenish its aether for when we test the talisman. So no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort. You're feeling perfectly fine? Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your aether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Well, that's sweet. Want to make sure we'd be safe. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we at Arxadora travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. Okay. Still say that Fenrir is the best investment I made in this game to date. Just having the ability to go as fast as possible when I so please is really nice. Not that it's necessary or anything, but it is really nice to have. I like Fenrir. And, you know, definitely not because I'm biased and absolutely love this bike. I may be simply imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Dhim'a. Oh dear. Yes, not terrifying at all. Gods, but that gave me a fright. Was it me? Did I give you the fright? To think the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You're all right, I hope? Absolutely. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. I keep trying to go with Mount Roulette. I'm so used to using it now. Keep myself well fed for the experience. There we go. And a new zone. We're gonna unlock. Oh, nope. Nope. Guy can chill on his own. And here we are, Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who followed in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting it at once, if you would be so good as to stay on guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Pardon me, my neck really needed a pop. Alright. Kajaya's footsteps. This is really pretty. It's raining.
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
Can you tell me as a satrap? Do you trust the satrap?
Completely! Without the satrap and his line, Radzad Khan would not exist. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
They're so eccentric. I love them. Oh no. Go away, Findaniel.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owe? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned. For we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
He's curious. I've enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let's head back to the great work, shall we? We can just go ahead and teleport back. No need to run the whole way. Kitty's being naughty, clawing at things. Dhim'a, my thanks for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Excellent. Alright, so... give me just a minute. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. I am returned. Sorry about that. Took a little bit longer than anticipated. Now, we are ready to continue. In perfect timing to see on music. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you are both back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidana. It would seem that the stores of Giant Skull are running low. What? Oh, when last I looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain. But we will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Dhim'a, loath though I am to press another task upon you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? You got it. I'll help. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenuya. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens that I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nidana? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I'll bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Interesting. This is such a beautiful zone. The colors here are amazing. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, sorry. I think I muted it in time. Here we are. Here are our Hamsa, Dhim'a. If the creatures look familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these was recently razed by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. Are you ready? Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead, and yours to follow. Mount the Hamsa. Oh, but let us be off. You haven't ridden dodos before. Be warned, they have a wobbling gait. What? Dim. What are you doing? That is the goofiest thing. That spectacular formation stretching out of the water is called Khadga. The sword holding the wield by the Mansi against the Murga was cast down to the conflict's end. You can turn it to general. Spectacular formation stretching out of the water is called Khadga, a word which means sword. The sword legend holds. Oh. To the left, requiring no introduction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small aisle. Oh. I like this tour. This is nice. The sword, as legend told, was wielded by the Mansia against the Murga, or was cast down at conflict's end. Almost there, though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. This is great. Oh my word. Why is my camera glitching? I earned so much experience for that. And here we are. Manned by the Radiant Host, this outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Well, well, who should it be but young Barshan? An errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor, too often traveled alone. It's been, 2 years now since you took over? Wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering. But still I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nabdeen. Thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of him. Permit me to introduce Dhim'a of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in making up the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? A disaster. May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. You two, bring Barshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Cool outfits. I've heard about you, the visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telophoroi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it they want? This we don't understand. They want to destroy the world. What? They want to die? And take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. Whoa. That is quite the sight. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Narunair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique, and our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. This music is so jovial for such a heavy topic. It occurs to me that I have yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve the peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on the 2 occasions that they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? Absolutely they do. So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. He has a point. Kinda hard to help other people when you can't help yourself. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was enlightening. It was as lightning for you as it was for them. I can't speak. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Radzat-Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Last the stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Okay, I'm going to assume that I should swap back to the class I want the experience on. Though the Hamsa appears to want to return home, it reluctantly offers you its back. Should you become separated from your steed, speak with the Radiant Beastkeeper at the Hamsa hatchery to mount it again. Ride it to the Giant Skull grounds. Oh, look at that jump. Oh, I want one of these. Can I get one as a mount, please? Please, 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 pretty please. With some sugar cane and cookies on top. I started the Eden raids today. I haven't done any of them, but I have the first one unlocked. And I'm very excited to do them. Look at the little tiny wings. Oh my gosh, this thing is so goofy. I love it. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than the Hamsa dashes off. Excellent. Hello, friend. Hi, this is indeed the Giant Skull grounds, and I am Zahuya. Is there something you require? Giant Skull for the alchemist, you say? But of course they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower. 'Tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Here you are, a stack of the purest Giant Skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Excellent. I am not doing triple triad right now. No. Immediately I saw the triple triad on the minimap and went, oh, excuse me, should I do this? But no, I will be here all night already. And we're not going to do that. We're going to be responsible and well behaved. Why is it raining again? It's always raining on Dhim. He's just doing his best. Here, I got a thing. Oh, welcome back, Dhim'a. Dare I hope you have the Giant Skull. There you go. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you for bringing these words. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true tests, so please take your ease while you can. you there in the rain. Oh, damn.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Yeah, I went to look at the sea. It calls me home. Over in the ocean's
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
Oh, poor Estinian.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope. No words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
Well said, Arianji.
Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that. What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
Thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
So it didn't come. Oh, you needn't ask. Then we'll beat you up for
Either
a
way,
penny.
we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
I should clarify. I mean you in the general sense. Dhim will beat anyone up for a piece of pocket lint and a potato chip. As long as it's fun.
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Oof. These are getting heavy. Yeah, Dhim's... Honestly, he's not really a violent person or anything. Okay, you can get one. I need it. Oh, no, that's an NPC. They fly? Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, Dhim's not really a violent person, but he can be if he needs to be. So if someone's out here being all, like, ready to beat him up, he'll beat them up back for a potato chip and a piece of pocket lint, maybe a penny. But the one thing with it is that... Hello, being attacked. You do kind of have to be ready to fight it. Like, if he doesn't necessarily attack people unprovoked. He's a nice boy. He does his best. He's not, you know, he's a gremlin, but he tries. He tries to be good. This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray that it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I will become. Let's be off. Alright, let's do it.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Dhim, sailor, helping her sail. I like that.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. few more steps.
Why are you so far away from her, Dhim?
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be.
Amazing.
Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
Dhim, go. Something of a nightmare.
Oh, there we go! Oh, there we go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
Patrons of old. What are you talking about?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian. I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes? Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
At your service.
Freaking Amon. Plume-hatted bard.
Imagine
man.
a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled.
Be nice.
and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
What about the guy with the bull head?
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation, slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Van Daniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth, majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
Ah, you are returned. But where is Mistress Nidana? And so you preserve. Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Oh my gosh. It's like, first off... Oh no, what are we gonna do? This is so weird going through this again. I've forgotten so much. I honestly don't know what happens next. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So it's Van Daniel after all. Damn that bastard. Sure, you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. You must tread warily lest we endanger Nidana and the other captives. Like, I know some of the steps, but I don't know if, like, I'm jumping ahead. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Oh, Nidana. Can you answer me this? Though Nidana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nidana proved at peril to herself. So let us make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. Aye, as alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. You're all very brave. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that ye might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nidana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radzat Han for an audience with His Excellency? We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be of the benefit to all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. Okay. That is quite the ways away. And it is late, so I think that here is where I shall have to call it for the night. I thank you all for joining us on this adventure. And hopefully we can rescue people and make some progress when next we meet. We'll see you all soon. I'm hoping I can get back on tomorrow night. We'll see. It's of course gonna depend on a couple factors, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you all. Have a good night.